Sticky, bitch. Welcome to MVP Podcast, y'all. Thank y'all for coming back. Thank y'all for listening. We appreciate y'all.
We do.
I am Shiloh, a.k.a. Bushy B. Your body on my body. Me and you.
And I'm Chelsea, the stick-up kid. Ain't never gonna not be. Yeah. Hey, y'all.
What's up?
We're ready for Queer Cheers.
Queer Cheers. Woo, woo, woo.
This week we're celebrating Liberated Chair. Shiloh, let's talk about it.
Yeah, so Liberated Chair is a new hair styling suite that is founded by Corey Moreno and Bryson Carter. They are in the celebrity hair game tough. All your favorites, they've done their hair. Names, long list. Zendaya, Megan Thee Stallion. Like the list goes on, okay? So, but it's not even about that. It's really about they have opened themselves up to, with it's still kind of an exclusive clientele, but they're two very queer, beautiful Black brothers.
They are very, very beautiful.
Inside and out. And they have really started this to kind of create a vibe and a space. So when you come get your hair done, it is, and sorry you guys who are not in LA, it is here in LA. But it's just a beautiful space. I got my locks retwisted there, and they just tend to you in a way that is more than just about your hair. So it's a beautiful space. I think they have big plans for what they want to expand it to be.
Dope.
But just sitting in the chair, it was just a lovely experience, and I'm so proud of them. I know Corey personally, and I'm just so proud of him. I was sitting next to Brooke DeVar, who has a huge podcast, so she was dropping gems, and it was just a beautiful space, beautiful energy, beautiful vibes. So
nice.
Queer cheers to them.
Queer cheers to them. Love it, love it, love it. I'm trying to go get my hair done. Love that.
Period. Vibe check. What the fuck is up, Chelsea?
What's up? Oh my gosh. Another
You want to update?
week.
You want to update first, or you want me to update first?
You go ahead and update. Tell us what's going on, because you got a lot of running going on.
Bitch, let me tell you something. Okay. The marathon journey, I got a little hurt the last time we spoke. My foot was hurting. I had to elevate it, all that shit. Tried to run on it again. Still not feeling 100%.
Man.
Trying to run with these new, what are those shoes that I went and got. You know what I'm saying? Like, I already didn't want to wear what are those, okay? Brooks. They're called Brooks, and they're supposed to be fabulous running shoes. Okay, for the runners, shout out to y'all. But they not for no sneakerhead. Like I used to be a sneakerhead. So wearing Brooks sounds nuts.
I don't even know what those are.
Right, because unless you're a runner, you're not going to know what they are. But they did feel good when I took them out the store.
Okay.
But I think they fucked up my foot, because then I went. So it was a whole frustrating journey of like, what should I do? Do I rest it? And it became a...
But aren't these the one you got molded to your feet?
Not molded. You keep saying that. It wasn't molded to my feet.
Didn't you go and they did like
a whole machine, and they measure your feet and what your feet do as you stand, and then they recommend a shoe based on that. You keep saying molded to my feet.
I don't know. I thought it was scientifically...
No, nigga. It is scientific, nigga. You stand on a fucking scale. They had you upside down,
and
it gives you a computer image of where your feet are shifted.
Okay, I thought it was an athlete. It was like big time. All right, well...
Anyway.
I stand corrected.
Anyway. So I get these shoes. They fuck up my feet, needless to say.
Fuck Brooks.
Not yet. Wait a minute. Now the whole
because I got your back.
I know. I see. She was ready. No, it's not fuck Brooks. So she recommends a shoe. I take it home, fucks up my foot. My foot is sore as fuck. I'm trying to figure out what should I do? Should I keep trying to run? Should I break these shoes in? And it became this bigger metaphor for life. It's like, do you keep running past the pain? Like when you're in pain, do you keep running because you just want something so bad that you don't listen to your body and you keep doing it and you fuck yourself up more? So it was like, I had to pull back. I hated it. But it was like, I don't want to, at what cost am I going to continue to do this thing that's causing me pain?
This is a real life lesson
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm telling you, revelation after revelation with this running journey.
Right. More than what you bargained for.
Way more than I ever thought bargained for. I didn't even think I was ever going to be a runner, a track star. Okay. So let me tell you. So I'm like, my colleague today was like, you should go call the store and be like, yo, these shoes you recommended fucked up my feet. And I was like, you know what, I should. But me being the person that I am, I'm like, I ain't gonna take them back. I'm gonna just take the L because I done already ran in them and shit. I took them back today on my lunch break. And come to find out, this whole time I thought she gave me the shoe because my foot over pronates. Okay, that means it rolls inward a little bit.
Okay, never heard that.
Okay, there's supinate and there's pronate. These are medical terms. So
okay.
Supinate is on the outside of your foot, pronate is on the inside of your foot.
Something, y'all. Y'all better write that down.
Yeah, write that down. Write those words down, okay?
Later.
And go get your feet measured. Okay, see what you do. So I thought she was giving me these shoes for the overpronation. I bring them in today. I ain't even got a box of receipt, nothing, because I threw all that shit away because I was like,
I'm here. I'm gonna be out here in these
riding
streets.
with the Brooks.
That's right.
Bitch, I handed them shoes. The manager came over and I saw the girl, and she cool as hell though. She cool as hell. So I wasn't even mad at her. But I was like, yo, my foot is fucked up from these shoes. Like I come in here holding them shoes, like no box, no nothing. And the manager was like, I was like, nah, she right there told me these are for overpronation. I pointed her out and everything. Right. She came with a smile. I was like, I ain't mad at you. But my foot hurts. I'm fucked up. These didn't do what they were supposed to do. He tells me, oh, these are the neutral shoes. These aren't for pronation. I said, excuse me?
What?
I've already stated on my podcast that you got me some shoes for overpronation. That's what you told me you was giving me.
And what does neutral mean?
Like a neutral, your foot is pretty neutral, so it doesn't
roll
do inward
one or the other.
Or outward.
Oh,
it's pretty neutral. So I've been running on these neutral shoes, thinking it's helping me.
Oh, they had you fucked up.
They had me fucked up.
No, they really had you fucked up. Like
they exchanged it. I was outside the time. I guess you had 15 days if they're used. They was like, no problem. We're gonna
right because
I was like,
either that or I'm coming back with a
hurts.
medical bill. Or there's that.
So there was that. That's my marathon update, y'all.
Damn.
So I'm going to run in these new shoes that are actually for the thing that my foot does. And let's see if I run better.
Okay.
And it feels better.
All right. Please let us know. We don't want you out here being messed up, okay?
Nobody wants that. Not at 40. Not at a whole 40
Life lesson,
old.
Y'all. Life lesson.
Girl love.
Damn.
Girl love. So that was my update. That's
okay.
my marathon update.
All right. My little update. I mean, listen, is she homeless or not?
Is you homeless or not? Did you find a place yet, Chose?
No, so we
she
just started
didn't even
looking
ride through the valley. First of all,
well, listen, because I decided I was going to do one thing. I was like, let me look around my place first.
Okay.
Because my place has me 10 minutes from my job. I'm in a cute little area. I love my little neighborhood. You can walk outside.
Yep.
You can go get a little
cute.
smoothie. It's real cute.
I should have a key at this point.
I don't know why you don't. And we keep saying we're going to make you one. I don't know why you
but
don't.
now you're moving, so it don't matter.
Right. But I was like, let me look around my place first. And I did that. And I tried to talk myself into it because there's a couple of buildings near me that I do like. But then I decided there's construction going on. They're trying to build a train. They're trying to do all these things. And I'm trying to settle down. I'm trying
in the
to,
valley, nigga. You settled down
to
in the
roots.
valley.
But I had to see. I had to cross it off the list. So you're right. I went through the streets. I did all the things. I saw about 4 places, but I decided I can't live with the construction. I can't do that for another 3 years, and I'm trying to settle down. So that was the other day, and then tomorrow I look in the valley. So that's it.
We rooting for the valley, y'all.
We rooting for the valley.
We rooting for the valley. I mean, it's that, or it's like you go to Lamert, Inglewood, where all the black folks is.
Which, you know what?
Which
I'm
I
down.
ain't mad at.
Right.
I ain't mad at, but then you way far out. We ain't never gonna see each other.
No,
we gotta meet in the middle. It's like one direction. It's on one spectrum. At the other end of the spectrum, where she lives is in the middle of the gridlock of it all.
I know.
Yeah.
But I also love the black people. I want to go there too.
Same. I miss it. LA is a weird city because I feel like I'm used to like Florida, New York, East Coast. You can't go nowhere without seeing black folks.
100%.
You can't go nowhere without seeing black folks. I feel like in LA.
You have to go seek it out. You have to go find them.
Just to see regular black folks as the hostess or in the grocery stores, both the shoppers and the cashiers.
Especially more than one in the same place. More than one.
More than 5. Like
And you know what?
You have to go drive to have
really
more than
do.
5 in this.
You really
like,
do.
It's weird. You wouldn't think LA's like that.
No,
but
and it is. It's crazy. You know what I loved the other day? I was stopped at a stop sign, and these 2 Black women who must have been exercising was starting to walk across the street, and they waved at me.
I love it.
And I waved back. I was like, I love
acknowledge
Black
each
people.
Other.
Yes. And so, yeah. So she's not homeless because I'm living someplace, but I'm still looking for a place. So update for homeless or not.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. I love that you're not unhoused.
So there's that.
Okay, so there's some bullshit. Like, I saw something about okay, these are just some headlines that I've seen over the weeks that I was like, oh, I gotta
update.
Will and Jada might finally be like,
really? Why? For what?
I don't know. You know what it made me think of? The only reason I'm bringing this up, it made me think of her talking about, well, if this don't work out, I'm going to have to go give Ellen a call. You remember when she said that on Oprah?
Yes.
I remember that.
Yes.
Because as we've talked about this podcast, Jada and Jason's lyric, where's the canoe?
Where's the canoe? Where's the canoe?
So, I mean, if you want to give Ellen a call, you don't have to go there. You can give us a call, okay?
Jada, 917.
That's really all I was bringing that up about.
But you know what's interesting? Now, you know, the decision that they're making, if they are finally making the decision, I wonder where they got. Like,
I don't
what
know.
made them get here? Because there's just been so much between...
Because it's been so much that's
talked
about
on.
them being swingers, being open.
Yeah, just stay together. Do it all.
They've been through all the things. I'm sure like they've been together so long now. They probably don't even know what to do without each other. It's gonna be like they probably already do that, child. Like, I'm with this person, you with that person.
Just stay together.
Yeah,
we like them together.
I do. I ain't mad at them. I don't know if they like each other together, but whatever. And then talking about being together. So, you know, Birdman and Toni Braxton, that odd-ass couple, that's such an odd-ass couple.
They were always odd to me, but I always feel like opposites attract. So in a way, it also made sense. It was like, what? But then it was like, okay.
Toni got hood in her.
She do.
She got hood in her. I mean, look at the Braxtons.
That's the only way that works.
That's why. I was just like, you gotta be hood to be over here dating Birdman.
But then they got married,
got divorced. But then they said they just recently threw it out. Like, they threw out the papers for the divorce.
What is y'all doing?
Okay.
What is y'all doing?
Get together, get a love story.
I like it. Carrie Hilson and Esther Dean. So Carrie got asked on a
Breakfast Club.
On a Breakfast Club recently. Some things. I haven't heard from Carrie in a long time.
First of all, Tamar's coming out with new music. Carrie's with new music. Melanie Fiona. It's like all these R&B girlies.
We love it.
We love y'all. Yeah.
Love it. So she got asked a couple of questions and came out and said that she really regrets making that remix song where she was dissing Beyonce.
Mm-hmm. And that she ain't even write it.
She ain't even write it. And she regrets doing it. Which is great. You know, you look back and you grow.
Yes. And she has something to say in regards. So, you know, Esther Dean, who
writes everybody's stuff.
Well, yeah, she's known out here for a lot of bops that y'all love. Super bass. I don't know if I don't love that bop, but she has like What's My Name? Oh nah. What's it? Countdown by Beyonce.
She's got a lot of hits.
She has a pen. Mama has a pen. But Carrie. So Esther issued a kind of a half-ass apology, but there was a little shady line in there.
Well, she was like, we co-wrote it. And then
co-wrote it.
Carrie was like, hold on.
Wait a minute. I've been, for the last over some 15 years, you done let me take all the heat on this. And when I finally tell them that
let me correct you.
I did not. I wrote 3 lines, and they were not about Beyonce. They were about a boy.
Okay, and I love how Carrie came out and said, and these were the exact 3 lines that I wrote.
Baby, she had the receipts. I said, oh, she a type A. What's is she an earth sign? I was like, is she an earth sign? Because she had the facts.
Well, listen, if you want to come back and say something, and Esther Dean, we appreciate the apology too, because she regrets it too. But if you want to come back because
it took her 16, it took Carrie saying, this is our
Carrie pulled her out the closet.
This is our episode about apologies. Was it a real apology?
Was it a real apology?
Because you let me take heat for 15 years.
Right.
Ain't have shit to say. Didn't come out and say, I basically wrote that.
You weren't sorry, actually.
You watched her career crumble, because it did after that.
Absolutely.
It was done for her.
Yeah.
And then now you saying, yeah, you know, that was not a good move.
It
but she
didn't age
co-wrote it
well.
with me. So what?
Half-ass apology.
Why
bother?
Why bother?
And then Carrie checked her again.
And then Carrie checked her again.
And then
Very classy.
and went back in the house.
Very classy, Carrie. I'm looking for you. Know, I was just listening to her album. Randomly.
She did it very well. She
I don't know if she was in the atmosphere or something, because this was before I saw her on the Breakfast Club. I was listening to like Slow Dance. That whole album that got Knock You Down, Slow Dance. Like, it's got some bops on there.
Carrie was that girl. Carrie was that girl.
Okay, gotta tell him the truth. Talking about cheating.
Carrie was that girl. I'm not mad at it.
That album went. It has some bops on there.
Speaking of female artists, so little shout out to my co-host here. So you came over to the crib the other day after work, and we was both tired. You walked in, you was like, "What's up?" I was like, "I'm tired." You was like, "Me too." Sat down at the table, we talking, chopping it up, and you was like, "Well, I got some news for you. You might be happy." I'm like, "What's up?" And you was like, "Bitch, I got the Beyonce tickets!" Yo, shout out to you.
Yo, I just
came through and surprised with the Beyonce tickets, because we thought we wasn't going to the concert.
No,
came through.
Because I was looking at them prices and I was like, this is not a wise thing to do.
We have to pay rent. We have to eat. We can't.
And we both are we're really on our like buckle down tip this year. Yeah. We both said that. Yeah. So it's like, I don't want to spend $2,000 on
And we did it big for Beyonce the last time we saw her, because we went to Barcelona and was doing all the things to see her.
Yeah.
So we chopped it up. We wasn't going to see her this time. We was sad about it, but we got over it eventually.
And then I just happened at work to like, let me go see what it's looking like. And I was like, wait a minute. This don't look crazy. And I was like, I don't know if that dynamic pricing went down because nobody's like looking for it right now.
Right.
But yeah.
Dope.
And she had 4 days here in LA. Yeah. So it's the last day that we're going to go. So
dope. So we going to see Beyonce.
Yeah. We better get them line dances down.
I'm ready. And
are you? I don't think you got the line dances down.
I'm about to get those line dances down. And I already got my cowboy pants on.
Ooh,
I already got my cowboy pants, so we ready.
I need some chaps.
We out here.
Some assless chaps.
We out.
Never.
We're gonna post the pictures on the MVP page.
Yo, okay. So another thing that came to mind. So Michelle Obama had said this thing about happiness and like generations. Like, I think she was talking about the millennials and the Gen Zers and how we look for this constant happiness and that it doesn't exist, and that sometimes some moments in life are just ordinary. And a lot of people kind of took it like, what the fuck she talking about? Like, why would she say something like that? And like, we've been through so much. Yeah, we don't put our heads down and just go to work and that's all we think about. Like, we want to put joy first and we want to put these things first, which I do think is a cultural shift amongst generations.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's a reason why millennials aging so goddamn well. Because we said, y'all, this government is something, this world is something we can't stand stable on. So you know what we can stand? Our joy, prioritizing our self-care.
Yeah, and we're not going for it. I want this from work. I want these I'm not working this. I'm not doing this.
We want a work-life balance.
Yeah. And I appreciate it. We needed a shift.
But I will say, after listening to the interview in context, I just think she was simply saying that you gotta find the beautiful things and the beauty within the mundane things.
100% I agree. 100% I agree.
And I think that's so real. And I think people took it out of context of what she was saying. So I think what people were saying is true. Like, we do I think our generation does a better job of prioritizing work-life balance, joy, all those things that our past generations, I don't think, did well. And but I see what she's talking. It's like, it's the little things.
Because it doesn't. Life. But when you go online and you go on social media and you are scrolling, it does sometimes appear that it has to be these grandiose things. And it does sometimes appear that it has to be the vacations and it has to be the trips and it has to be
that's what you're pursuing for happiness.
Right. And I think I saw a quote that really resonated with me like months ago. It's like, create a life where you don't need to vacation from. And I think
Correct.
that is also what she's talking about.
Amen.
It can be your everyday.
Yep.
Your vacation also can be just your
It
everyday.
can be your hike that you go up to the wind blows and you get
Yeah.
to go sit up and have, you know, like
Yeah.
have your little tea or have your, like, that's a beautiful moment to me.
Yeah.
That's just as good as a vacation moment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you can find those things, it's like the hat to being content in
It
life
is.
and being
It's a life
joyful
hack.
in life.
Yeah.
Is finding the beauty in those things,
Yeah.
like in those everyday things, those simple things. Finding a life that you don't have to, creating a life that you don't have to vacation from is
Yeah, you
perfect.
kind of, you miss it if you don't sit still enough.
Yep.
It's easy to miss. I love the sound of kids' laughter.
Aww.
But you'll miss it if you
Uh-huh.
don't sit still enough. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? If you just
Uh-huh.
keep going. So
Yeah.
I fucks with that. I like that.
Yeah, same.
So-
I was like, don't do our girl like that. Stop trying to turn on our queens now, because y'all also trying to turn on Issa. I don't know what this shit is. This discord over one of them days, and y'all saying that Issa ain't got.
Issa can do no wrong. Why are y'all out here talking shit about Issa?
I don't even have Issa on a pedestal like that, because she never put herself on a pedestal like that. She is just,
But
out
all
here
she
doing
does
shit.
is lift up.
Yes.
It's like, what are you doing?
What are y'all
That's
doing?
what I mean by
What are y'all doing? And y'all mean to tell me we can rewatch Friday and Friday after next, and because that's the vibe of one of those
Right.
days. So I don't know what y'all were comparing it to and saying why it's so and she doesn't know what it's like for lower middle class people. And I was like, what are we talking about right now?
But y'all listen to rappers every day that don't come from that lifestyle. Y'all listen to people every day
I
that
said, if
lie
y'all don't
about
shut
their
the fuck
lifestyles.
up, y'all sound miserable.
Y'all are watching people every day that are fronting for the gram. Like, please stop.
And I ain't never heard y'all go this hard for Beauty and Black.
Stop.
Tyler Perry.
Come on.
Y'all watch that. Y'all gobble that right on up. Like, what are we doing? Stop it.
Yeah.
I
y'all
think
need to chill.
there's room for everything to exist. What my point is that it can't be. Tyler Perry can't have 85% of the real estate of Black film and television.
Right.
It's imbalanced.
And he doesn't own the Black experience.
He doesn't. We're not a monolith. We know this.
Yeah.
There just needs to be, we need more things within the culture. Like, I want to see a wider variety within our ecosystem
Right.
of like what we create. And, you know, it's not up to us. A lot of times it's up to these studios, greenlight and stuff, and making our own tables and people financing that, because really it comes down to finance and the bottom line and how we get these things funded. And, you know, there's room for Issa's shit to exist. There's room for Tyler Perry to exist. It's like, but I do want other things to exist though. Like,
And let's just get out there and just tell stories.
yeah.
Let's just be able to do it.
Let's do that.
Yeah, tripping.
Did you know I was maybe 2 weeks ago days old? Two things I learned. First of all, okay, so it just so happened I used to love Spice Girls. I ain't even gonna fan down. Okay.
Did not know that about
on
you.
my walls.
Okay, I was 0 seconds old just finding that out. Okay.
Scary Spice.
Okay. That was your girl.
Lesbian crush.
Okay.
For sure.
Did not know
that. That was happening, for sure. I definitely was crushing on her in a different kind of way. So I've always been kind of up and up on what Mel B is doing, because it's always going to be like a little teenage crush that I had over there.
Yeah.
And first of all, her son is a trans man, trans boy. I don't know if you say boy, man. I'm learning. So, but he just recently came out to the public. And you know, this was her daughter with Eddie Murphy and Mel B that is now trans man.
Okay.
And I guess he's man. He's 18 now. So his name is Angel, and just recently came out.
Love it.
Very, very quietly. It wasn't like no big announcement. And I guess Mel was like, my son or something like that, and people thought it was a mistake or something. And then her son, Angel, was just like, they're on my page, as in his pronouns.
Okay.
So I was just like, that's dope.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. I was like, do you know that Mel B was queer? You knew that, right?
I did not know that.
I think she was bisexual.
I didn't know that.
I think that was a thing. If I can remember, when she was in Spice Girls, people knew she was bisexual. I did not know that the reason the group broke up was because her and Jerry, Ginger Spice, had some shit going on.
What?
And it got messy.
What?
I said, what?
What happened?
The lesbian lore of it all.
What happened? I know what happened.
They was fucking with each other, and then they stopped fucking with each other, and they couldn't be around each other.
The Spice Girls to break up
because Ginger left. If you they had a whole album without Ginger.
Messy.
I said, oh, lesbian drama.
Messy. I did not know that.
I didn't know none of that.
Oh, I want to get to the bottom of it.
That took
Mel
me
B, what's up?
out. I said, what the fuck?
They kept that quiet.
They kept that quiet. Shout out to Cecily from Purse First. She told me that.
Wow.
I said, bitch, what?
Wow.
That blew me.
The things you don't know.
The things you don't know.
The things you don't know.
Something else that blew me, this fucking season of White Lotus.
I saw, I didn't watch obviously this season, but I kept seeing these things on the internet and people were disappointed, people weren't disappointed. What
it turned out to be, to me, a great season. Okay. I think there were a lot of themes that were hit on, but I'm going to keep it brief because I feel like people they can do a whole thesis on this season. I've heard my friends be talking about, I think it was a statement on gender politics. I think it was just, these are the things that stuck out to me. Chelsea and Rick, baby, Chelsea was the prime example of you cannot fix a broken man. And when you do, what you do is just go down and smoke with him. That's a broken partner that continues to obsess and be broken and not heal. It don't matter what you do or how you can't save them.
You're not a therapist, baby.
You can't save them. Take your cape off, baby, because you ain't never. It's your kryptonite. It's just gonna bring you down. That's what happened. They died together. It's like Romeo and Juliet. Hot sex on a platter just to get you wet. That has nothing. These three white girlfriends was my favorite part because they were so nice, nasty to each other, and you could tell that they didn't really have a great friendship.
Damn.
They all talked about each other behind each other's back. They all did really shady shit to each other. She slept with the dude that she kept trying to push on her because she was like, oh, you should go do this thing. But in actuality, she wanted to fuck him the whole time. She did fuck him. Then old girl goes and tries.
Nicey.
So we get to the table, and this girl who is kind of, I hate to say it, she's giving like the insecure loser of the. She's the one that's begging to be at the mean girl table. You know, like the one that she's like, take my shit. Like it's like you trying to make fetch happen. Like she was kind of the loser one, and she comes to the table after they both, like, one is very Christian Republican, the other one is a famous movie star that is very vain, and the one that fucked the boy, and the other one is kind of Republican, churchy in Texas, and she calls them both out. She calls them both out on y'all shit, like, what are y'all doing? And by the end of it circles back around, and she comes and she sits. She has this moment where she looks at them taking selfies in the pool after they've kind of had it out and she told them about themselves. She looks at them and she gets kind of like, and you see her have a contemplative moment, and then she goes back in. And then when they come to dinner, she sits and she gives this monologue that everybody's raving about. She's gonna get an Emmy for it. The person who I think needs an Emmy is Parker Posey, because that bitch played that role down. The mom who was like, bitch, I'm not made to live an uncomfortable life with that country accent. She played that down, but that girl been that girl since Best of Show. I don't know if y'all watch Best of Show. It was an old mockumentary film. She been that girl. Look Parker Posey up. She always been that girl. So she, to me, is the Emmy winner. But this Carrie Coon's monologue, she basically concedes to them and says, I have nothing without y'all. Like, you have a beautiful face and you have a beautiful life, and I'm just happy to be at the table.
Wow.
Bitch, what?
Why?
Your self-worth is in the toilet. You called out these horrible ass friends that are shady, and you couldn't stand 10 toes down on it because you felt like you didn't have anything else. And that's a sad, desperate self-loathing place to be. It was tragic to me. And people are hailing it as this great monologue and oh my God, friendship. I was like, I don't think that's what the writer meant.
No.
I think it's sad. And you know who really resonated with? White women. White women. They were the ones that were looking at it like it was this, oh my God, friendship. And all the black girls that I heard, they was like, that shit was tragic. What? Bitch,
Are
what?
you okay?
Are you okay? The other thing, very minute, this white boy almost died. The one that jacked off his brother, the incestual scene. This white boy almost died.
I didn't watch this, so this is just crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. It sounds nuts when you haven't watched it, right? Because it is nuts. This white boy but doesn't wash the blender and makes a protein shake. Now, mind you, his father was going to try to murder-suicide them all. Okay, because he was financial ruins, Great Depression, kind of jump off a building. That's where he was.
Finances will do that.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. That's where he was. So he's about to murder his whole family, except this one. But this is the one who wakes up the next morning and the blender that had all the poison fucking fruit in it. He looks at it, smells it, continues to not clean the blender, pours water and a protein powder and stirs it all up and almost fucking dies. Almost meets his maker because he didn't wash the motherfucking blender because you nasty.
Because you nasty.
You nasty.
You also don't wash your hands.
You nasty little white boy. If you don't, your mama clearly didn't teach you how to clean shit. You probably got a housekeeper.
You don't have flushable wipes in the bathroom.
No.
We know you don't wash your booty.
It was an amazing show. I will tell you.
I'm going to watch it. I mean, I know now everything that happened, but I'm going to watch it.
I feel like this season, so many people, I feel like the world was, maybe not the world, but like the country was low-key watching White Lotus. Yeah. Like as a whole.
Yeah.
I want a Black Lotus. I want something elevated and nuanced like that for us. Like.
Somebody make it.
Somebody make it.
I saw back and forth that Chelsea and Rick, I didn't know that they died, but something happened between them because the actors that played Chelsea and Rick unfollowed. The fans are talking about they unfollowed each other on Instagram.
What?
Very quietly. And they each posted like tributes to their death that happened on the show. And they posted the same song, eerily posted the same song, Silver Springs or something by Fleetwood Mac, but didn't tag each other. But tagged other people in the cast.
Is this promo? Like what's
I
happening?
don't know. So the fans and people are like, but there was talk that they weren't kind of getting along the last couple of days on set. So, and they were friends. So people are like, are y'all not friends anymore?
Are y'all method acting? Like what's happening?
But they quietly kind of just went along their way and unfollowed each other. And so just quietly unfriended each other.
What?
And I was like, but that happens. Like
that's crazy. I didn't know that.
Like blocked.
True.
It happens. It happens in friendship. People just
stop being friends.
Stop being friends quietly.
Huh.
And there it is. So yeah, I don't know. Friendship breakups hit different. You want to talk about it?
Yeah.
All right. Topic of the week. Let's talk about it.
We are not professionals, but in fact, regular OG lesbians with life experience who are trying our best to grow and put emotional maturity, vulnerability, and consideration of others at the forefront of our actions. Listen to us at your own risk, because who gave these hoes mics? Okay, so you said friendship breakups hit different.
I think they do. I think friendship breakups are the breakups that nobody talks about. Like It is like the silent breakup. It's the one that doesn't get any sort of like shine.
And you know what? It's one of the most painful breakups.
It is the most painful breakup, I think.
I don't know the most painful, but it is. It's right up there.
It's right up there.
And it's right up there.
And I think because I think it's the one where you get blindsided.
Yeah.
It doesn't have any stages.
And like you said, there's no resources for it. It's no like, who do you go talk up with a breakup? Your friend.
Your friend.
And it's like your friends are your constant. So it's like when I think I said this before, like when shit is shifty with my friends, I'm like, hold up, wait a minute, because they feel like my foundation.
Yeah.
So when we break up,
it's different.
Tough.
It's different. And you sometimes don't see it coming. And so I think it's jarring.
Yeah.
Like with relationships, there's stages. You date.
Yeah.
You break up. There's closure. With friendships, it's like we friends.
Yeah.
And then we not.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
what happened? Like, how did we get here? And so it's like, what? And like you said, it feels like it's supposed to be a constant. You're supposed to be my forever people.
Right. And I think the same way, I think it's different from, we were talking about how people slowly take inventory in a relationship, in a romantic relationship, that then leads to this kind of breaking up. I don't think that happens so much in friendship, because that's not how friends really engage if you're really friends. Yeah. Nobody's taking inventory of your rights and your wrongs and but I think that sometimes people evolve out of each other, or there's like a fork in the road, and y'all just start going down different roads, and y'all just see the space kind of expand between y'all, and y'all are like, now y'all yelling from the other side of the canyon, and it's like, oh bitch, I don't even hear you no more. Like what? And that, I think, is sad. It's like there's still so much love, but it's not what it used to be. No.
And I feel like with relationships, you break up, you get to talk to people about it. You get up with your friends over coffee. You talk about your broken relationship, but you don't really get up with other friends and then talk about the friend that you just lost.
No.
You don't. You have divorce parties. You don't really have there's no Hallmark cards for it. Like there's no talk about the friendship breakup. It's almost like suffering silently. And it kind of is almost, it's your safest space that you have, and you suffer through it silently.
Yeah. I remember somebody recently was like, they were down and out, and they were like teary-eyed, and I was like, you good? And they were like, I'm going through a friendship breakup. And they said that, and you don't hear that often. Ever. Like, I was just like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And it was just like, yeah, it's kind of hard. Like, like, that was the homie. And it's like, that's real, but people don't say that shit.
Yeah.
And even bringing up, like, issues with my friends, like with my best friends, like with my core people, is so hard to do, because it's like, nigga, I didn't like that. I don't like how that made me feel. I felt really uncomfortable, or I didn't really like how you said that. That made me feel some type of way. Why? That's really hard to do with your people. It's like, because they're your people. So I don't know if maybe it's so weighted that it's like, I want to talk about it, but at the end of this, I want us to still be best friends.
It almost feels a little fragile, right? It almost feels a little fragile. I think for me, deep
there's
down,
nothing holding y'all together but y'all.
Exactly. But I also know my homie. I think for me, I know we're gonna be homies after the conversation, right?
Yeah.
Deep down. But approaching it's still kind of like walking on eggshells, because it's like,
you be tiptoeing around shit and be like,
what is that? But what's that about?
I don't know. Because I'm trying to think the instances that I had that. I think it's been a couple times. Like one time it was like how somebody was treating my new partner, and I was just like, why are you being like that? Like, what's the issue? Like,
did you not want to offend your friend?
Yeah.
I think it's the offense, right?
Yeah.
I think so too. I think it's the not wanting to make my friend feel a certain way about the way that I'm feeling about how she's acting.
And I remember one time it was like something was said to me that was a little cutting, and then they came back around later that night and was just like, they came and apologized. They said, you know what? I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have said that. I don't know anything about that with you. So like, I don't know why I said that. I love you. And
Yeah.
it was like, and she was very big to like, because I did feel some type of way. And then we kind of like got teary-eyed together and gave each other a big hug. And it was just like.
That always feels good though.
Yeah. But it's just like when your friends notice that they fucked up, or, you know, it's a safe space to say those things. But you're right. It's the offense. It's like, I don't want to offend you because I love you.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't like how you did that.
Yeah.
And that's harder to say to a friend for some reason.
I know. Yeah, it's interesting. It is. It's interesting. And I think it is because you don't want to make the person that you love feel bad in any way. I don't want to be the cause of you having a negative feeling. I don't want to be the person that created the negative feeling.
Right, because
we that's never, what it is. I don't want to be the cause of it.
That's it.
Yeah, I want to be the one that protects you from it.
Always. Yeah. And we always have good feelings together.
Yeah.
We're not accustomed to having bad feelings with each other.
And we fight the other shit together. We fight the world together.
Exactly. It's us against the world.
Yeah, so when it feels like we're part of it, the doing, the undoing. Yeah, that's crazy. Wow. Huh.
Who would have thunk?
Who would have thunk it?
Wow. We got down to the bottom of that.
Yeah.
So when you know that a friendship, for whatever reason, somebody keeps crossing boundaries, or they've betrayed you in a big way, or you just have evolved out of each other, what is the way to navigate in an MVP way a friendship breakup? Like, do you say it or do you just let it be?
I think it depends on the scenario, right? I think the easiest scenario is the obvious one, the betrayal. Yeah. I think a betrayal is like, well, you know that you know I'm fucked up.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit easier to be like, nah. You know what I'm saying? I need my space. And if it's something that we can't bounce back from, then I think having that conversation is very easy. You did what you did. And I don't think that we could proceed. I don't feel comfortable. I don't trust you anymore.
Yeah.
I feel betrayed. And I think it's understood. I think it's something that's understood. So I feel like that's the easiest one to walk away from. I think the hardest one probably is the outgrowing of a friendship, especially when you have years, because I think there's a feeling there of obligation.
Yeah.
Because of the years. And I think with that comes a little bit of guilt.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And it's like, sometimes, like, when y'all just aren't aligned or y'all just aren't compatible anymore, like your energies don't match anymore, or it's like,
I think those are the ones that go silently, though.
Yeah.
I think those are the ones that eventually just fade away. Yeah, I don't think.
It feels like the fork in the road to me. And then before you know it, there's this huge canyon in between y'all.
Yeah.
And maybe there's a bridge down the road somewhere where y'all get to cross it and see each other again, or like get up the way y'all used to. I don't think there's love lost. It's just like, yeah, we've kind of outgrown each other, and not because somebody's grown more than the other. It's just like we've went different
space.
Ways.
Yeah. There's just space.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's sad.
It is.
And there's grief involved.
Grief in a friendship when it's over for any reason, I think is difficult because there are so many things that you miss about the friendship. Because there's just so many things that are special about a friendship. The inside jokes, homie.
Absolutely.
The things that you know about me that nobody else knows.
But you also know a different version of me.
Exactly.
And that be the thing. It's like, you don't know me right now and who I am. Now, I feel like you evolve and you still have the core of who you are pretty much. You know what I'm saying? But things change inside of you. And as you grow older, you learn different things and you move in different ways. And sometimes it's just different.
Yeah.
You know? And that's always interesting to me with friendships that you've known for so long. Sometimes they hold you to a version of yourself that you're no longer.
That's true. That's true.
And it's like, you don't know me
That's
anymore.
true. That's true.
And I gotta go because you're not trying to know this version of me.
That's true. You know, I have a friendship. It's very loose now, but one of the things I notice about our friendship is that she talks about the past memories all the time.
Because that's all y'all got.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that's holding y'all together.
I realize that. That's it.
Damn.
It's not, I mean, granted, there's a lot of distance. We don't live in the same state, but there's not a lot of new memories. So it's interesting, you know? But yeah, there's a lot of grief there, especially when it's like the first person that you would call.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. Yeah. That you just like used to be your emergency contact. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
homie, the emergency contact.
Yeah.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's real. Yeah. It's friendship service season. You know, you outgrow them, but
we had a little lull. We had a kind of long lull in our friendship.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Oh, this is the vulnerable
We gotta
part
be. This is the vulnerable part because we gotta talk about it. We gotta be 100. We gotta stand on it.
Emotional, mature, vulnerable people. We did. We had. You and I had a silent
friendship breakup. Yeah.
A real one.
Yeah.
Many years ago. Mm-hmm. That's real. Damn, we're gonna talk about it. Yeah. I'll keep it real. I'll keep it real. Many years ago in our friendship, we drifted.
Mind you, we've been friends since I was 22. You would have been 24, 25, 26?
I'm 5 years older than you.
Oh, you would have been 27. I was mature for my age.
You are. And we were friends for a very long time.
Yeah.
Up until then, even. And
yeah, we went years, solid friendship.
All the time. All the time. Hanging out all the time. I was in a long-term relationship, engaged even, and was going through, I think the time that we started drifting, started going through a valley in this relationship. And the valley got deep. The valley got deeper.
Deep and dark.
And you were reaching out a lot.
Trying to come over.
I appreciate it.
Try to do all the things.
Yeah. And I isolated myself because it got really, really dark.
And I couldn't pull you out of it. I tried. I gave attempts.
You did. And looking back on it, I mean, I appreciated it so much. But
I know you did.
I was angry. I think I was going through so many emotions. I was really angry at what was happening. I couldn't stop things from happening, and I couldn't pull myself out of it. Eventually, I ended up moving back to New York.
Yep. And I reached out. I think I was getting to the point where it's like I keep reaching out. We keep planning. It's like it started to feel very flaky. It was like
and probably one-sided.
And what? Yeah, I didn't feel like I had a friend anymore. It was just like I would reach out. I was like a year into my new relationship, and you hadn't even met her.
Hadn't even met her.
And I was like,
I hadn't even met her.
What the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
I just didn't know what to do anymore. And it was like, okay, at some point, I got to stop this one-sided relationship. Yeah. And I did. And I stopped reaching out.
Yeah.
And then I think you moved to New York. And I didn't even know that you had moved to New York because we just kind of stopped talking.
Yeah. That was crazy. And I think the emotions, over the time, is the space gets so big that then you don't know what to say.
Right.
Because now so much time has passed.
Well, I'll tell you what Chelsea did. 8 years later, she hit me with an email. She was like, is this your number? And I remember I was at work and she was like, is this still your number? Instead of texting the number, I was like, nigga, what? And so I was like, yes. And so I think, like, I hit her up right away because I missed my friend.
Yeah. And that was the first thing I said to you, though. I was like, I miss you.
Yeah.
I miss you.
Yeah. And you apologized off rip. Like, and I remember you was like, can I call you? and I FaceTimed you
Yeah.
at work. And I remember you started crying.
Yeah.
And she was just like, shy. And I was just like, Chels.
Yeah.
And we just missed each other. And it was a done dizzy. Like, we were right back
at it.
Like
right back
nothing
at
happened.
it. Yeah.
Because I think I already knew you were going through shit and dealing with shit. And the way that you came back was just like, I'm sorry. You were such a great friend. And it was like, I miss you, friend.
And
you
I
my
appreciate
friend. Like,
the embrace.
yeah.
And the
it was like,
open
ain't
arms.
no change here. Ain't like, I loved you down. I still love you down.
Yeah.
So that's just what that is. Yeah.
Friendships, friendships are real. When they're real, they're real.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
listen, I think I would say to all y'all, if you have a friend that you need to say hello to, it's been some time, please pick up the phone and say hello.
Yeah, life is too short, man.
For real.
And if you really miss them and love them, just do that.
Yeah.
All right. Questions. All right. We got a question. Okay, this is a they got a little spicy in the DMs.
Oh, y'all getting...
Do you ever tell your partner no when they ask for sex?
What? Ooh. Oh, y'all drop. Oh, we get into. Oh, y'all starting to. I see where this podcast is moving to.
Ooh.
I see where y'all getting these episodes too.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna answer this. I would. Okay, the answer for me is yes.
You would tell.
I would tell my partner no when they ask for sex. I'm not saying I say no all the time, but I think you have a right to say no. I think sometimes you're not always into it. You don't always want to do it. And I think that you can say no. Yes, absolutely.
I think you can say no. I have a different opinion. I think knowing what I know now, I think that sometimes you just got to give up the jaws. Even when you're not feeling it. Because let me tell you something.
But hold on. Before you start, the question is, do you ever tell your partner no when they ask for sex?
And I don't think I would anymore.
Ever?
I don't think.
Ever?
The only if I'm really upset with you, because I can't even get it going.
Okay.
If I'm heated to that, like some people like that shit. They get turned on by like,
it is a turn on. It is a turn on.
You angry. Ooh,
yeah,
come here, girl.
Yeah.
Like, ooh. And that's not, it's like, nah, nigga. When I'm really upset with you,
then it's a no.
It's a no, because you can't even get it.
Okay, but
popping.
then
you gotta give me a
no
minute. Maybe if you come back in 2 hours with an apology and you come back.
I'm still mad by apology. Yeah.
But now maybe I can. But other than that, I say now, knowing what I know now in all my relationships, how I would get down now is like, nah, you get into that shit. I feel like what I've learned,
turn it on,
is that once you if you really like that with your partner and you really y'all got the chemistry and it's hot and it's like, just like that, even when you're not into it, you'll get into it.
Right.
If your partner know how to hit your button, like if they know how to kiss you right, if they know how to they'll get you there. And before you know it, just them getting there is like, oh, okay, maybe I can get some. Even when you sleepy, I've started to realize that shit's important, because I think what happens is sometimes that rejection becomes too commonplace and people harbor that. Every time you say no to them, they take an inventory. What we was talking about, they take an inventory every time. And so I think now it's like, oh, and it gets fun. Like when you don't say, when this is like, nigga, we in the car, and it's like, pull over the car right now. And it's like, oh, bitch, okay, I will pull over the car right now. Right. So I don't know. I think I've changed my tune on that. The only time is if we're talking about consensual sex, you guys.
Right?
Clearly.
I think that goes without saying.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But anyway,
okay, I like that answer, Shai. That's a good answer. All right, y'all. Before we get into fuck, marry, kill, we want to tell y'all we love y'all. And if this episode had you texting an old friend or blocking one, go ahead and follow the podcast. And if you got a group chat that's been real quiet lately, or maybe way too loud, drop this episode in there. Rate us, comment, send us a little love on Instagram or TikTok. We're out here trying to keep friendships soft, not silent. Ratings matter. Leave one.
All right, y'all. It's time for Fuck, Marry, Kill.
This is the fun part.
Okay, here we go. This is the ending. Okay, we have the beautiful Gail Bean. I love her. Shout out to Gail. That's a little homie. I love Gail. Gail is a real one. Tiana Taylor, fine, beautiful, talented Tiana Taylor that I've had a crush on since her Sweet 16 party.
When she was a Barbie doll. Yes. Oh my God, love it.
And Lupita.
We all remember that episode. And Lupita. Ooh,
come on.
We got good ones. We
have great ones. Let's, all right. Who you fucking, who you marrying, and who you friend zoning. I said kill. I took it back. We friend zoning. We not killing people.
I'm gonna friend zone Lupita. Mm-hmm. Lupita is a beautiful drop dead. Gorgeous, beautiful. I'm gonna friend zone Lupita just because it's really hard to choose from these three for me, and I just have to. It's like I really don't want to, but it's just because it's hard to choose. Okay, so Lupita,
I'm dead.
I gotta choose you. Okay, now Gail Bean and her lips. Gail Bean and those lips. Oh my God.
Gail. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Gail's the homie.
Gail. I think I'm fucking Gail. Ooh. I think I'm fucking Gail. I don't even think that's a question. I think I'm fucking Gail.
Is it? Did you watch her in Harlem? Is that what happened?
I have watched her in Harlem, Snowfall. She got a new one out where she is going crazy. I haven't seen that one yet.
Oh, the new movie on Stars.
Yes, haven't seen that one yet. About to watch that.
Yep.
Gail Bean.
Are you a fan? Oh
Gail
shit,
Bean.
Gail, holla at me. You got a fan over here.
Gail.
She's very straight, but
Gail.
Cool.
Them lips, baby. Them lips. Them lips. And Tiana, I just love everything about her. I just love her vibe. I think she's sexy as fuck. She's cool as fuck. I just love.
Let me get my back blown out in peace. Bye.
Okay, right.
When she said that shit, I said, "You better let them know."
I love everything about her. I just think she's just dope. So we would have a lot of fun in this marriage. It would just be a good time. I just love everything about her.
Okay, so I am going to fuck Lupita.
Okay.
Good time. I feel like that'll be a great time.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm here for it.
She'll give me. We actually saw the same acting coach.
Really?
Shout out to Berg Studios.
Okay.
But yeah, he did a lot of coaching with her. But I just feel like she fine. I would
absolutely
get down one good time.
Absolutely.
I am marrying Tiana. It's no question. I've had a crush on her since I was 16. Since her sweet 16.
And she been running shit since she was 16.
She been running shit, and she just got that. She got that swag. She got that swag. Yeah. Yeah, she got a movie coming out with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
I'm excited to watch that shit. Yeah. I'm so happy for her.
We gotta go see that in the movies.
I'm happy to see her acting career blossoming like this. And what's crazy is, she was on Good Music, Kanye's, whatever, and they kept playing with her. Mm-hmm. So it's just great to see her get her win.
Regardless.
She's put in the work for so long.
And she's talented.
She's talented.
Yeah.
Real talk. And just find her and Kalani's song together, baby. That video,
baby.
And then Gail is my friend, so I'm gonna keep her in the friend zone because
of course, that makes sense.
That feels weird.
Because that would be weird. That would be weird. I love it. This was a good one.
That was a great one. All right, y'all. Keep your vibes high, your heart soft, and stay in bloom.